it happens more when you're dating somebody. And
Anti-farmer podcast.
when like that thing happens and like the Easter Bunny comes and like fucks your mom, you're like, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Like you talk about like a family tradition. You're like, what the fuck? So like I told you about the turnips, and I'm like suddenly like I'm super like flush and I'm embarrassed. I'm like, do people not mix the turnips with the mashed potatoes?
Yeah, plus the way that you were just like everybody has turnips.
I know. I instantly
because I've been to Thanksgivings at other people's houses and they don't have turnips.
By the way, I want you to know.
Yeah.
I instantly recognized my mistake, and I was trying to back out of it, and I realized I just gotta own it.
Yeah, that's all right.
I gotta own it.
That's fine.
Welcome to Divorce with Friends, the podcast that reminds you that old people are just as horny as you or I, but twice as likely to be a carrier. I am Bobby Vito, and joined as always, my friend, my colleague, my partner, Tom. Tom, how are you?
What's up, Bobby? I'm doing pretty well.
What's been going on, dude?
I'm a little tired, which is not like a great way to start the podcast.
You look great.
Right?
Your beard is great and trimmed.
Yeah, that's true. It's always luxurious. But yeah, I have like just sort of like bill fatigue today, I think, because I'm an adult and I just am getting a lot of everybody's sending me a bill for everything. So here are bills that
it comes in waves, so I get it.
It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy. I just feel like every text or email or communication with another person is just like, hey, we need more money from you for another thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
can relate.
Yeah. So it's like my kids. So my daughter's applying to colleges.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this person's going to help her edit her essay. Oh, that's great. That's not free.
You can't do that with AI?
Well, so you have to be careful now because they use AI detectors and things.
Which I saw, like, they check how quick you type in the backspaces.
Yeah, did you copy paste it into the thing?
Can't AI figure that out?
Well, and there are prompts that you could get around, really, like the AI detectors too. But I don't know.
AI, don't type this like a fucking dummy.
Well,
that's gonna get me caught.
She's like a theater kid, so she does. She hates AI. She thinks AI is gonna like.
I respect that.
Yeah. And then I have like my son, like his dad's tough like his dad, right? He's actually stealing a little bit of stolen
stuff.
Valor.
He's hurting his leg during pickleball, and he's not crying about it.
He finished the soccer season. He kept being like, "Oh, my foot kind of hurts," and I was like, "Come on, suck it up. Like, you're fine." And then so the soccer season's over, so he finally goes to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh yeah, his foot's broken."
Yeah.
So that's another, whatever, bunch of money. And you know what else is money? So he's taking AP classes, advanced placement classes. You have to pay for the AP exam. Did you know this?
So that's because you get college credit, right? So it's
guess,
so you still don't. So you're basically paying for college early.
Yeah, but it's like your kids as well, so you have to pay a fee to do well.
No, I'm not saying that's a good idea, but I'm saying
highway
like
robbery.
Because like at that point, like pay now, pay later, like just fucking pay later.
Well, that's and I don't know. So there's just like there was another bill about another, So anyway, it's just a million bills. Everything's bills. I have bill fatigue. I'm tired. I'd like to just not pay so many, or just have an amount of money that I don't care about the bills.
Do you think there's ever a time when we won't have to pay bills, Tom?
Well, maybe when we're in an old folks' home, which we'll talk about later.
I feel like we're gonna get into that.
Money will just kind of get auto deducted, like it's like it's like a cruise. You know what I mean? Like the money just comes out.
It's
a swipe card,
which is fake at that point.
Which I imagine. That's how I imagine these like 55 plus.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah. Tom, so I've had a few bills.
You've had your own bills.
I've had a few bills. In fact, I have them right here.
Oh wow, you have this.
I brought my
props. This is props.
I'm Carrot Top.
Mine are all on my phone.
I'm like Carrot Top without.
You're going back and forth.
But these are not ironic bills. These are real bills.
Okay.
So you know the story. So
I do know the story.
Our third so not Emma, or not Lindsay.
Third Mike.
Our third Mike. So Sadie's not here tonight.
Yeah.
So Sadie had surgery today, and so most people who listen know. So Sadie is my cavalier.
Yeah.
I'm gay for Sadie, love Sadie.
And
what happened for most of the people who do know, so about a month ago, I noticed that Sadie was squatting. She's a lady. She's private when she was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Squatted too much, and I was like, well, that's weird. And then we do, but I'm a guy, so it's like that. Hey, stop squatting so much. I'm like, okay. Yeah. But then I noticed she wanted to go out more frequently, and then because she pees in the grass like a lady does.
Sure.
I couldn't see what she was doing, but then luckily she peed in some leaves. There was a lot of blood, and she's too old for that shit. So I went to the vet, and they were like, she's got a UTI, and apparently it's been going on a while, and it wasn't negligent.
Yeah.
They said that it's very high up, and she probably was asymptomatic. So I was like, okay. But the problem is Sadie had bladder stones as a result of it.
Ugh.
So as a result, they gave...
As a kidney stone veteran, I can...
You get it. You sympathize, right? We're not going to get any hate email from the bladder stone community.
I feel like Sadie and my son are both kind of stealing my thunder a little bit here.
I do think if she was here right now,
suspicious, honestly.
Yeah, I think Sadie probably would be like, I think you've been a little bit of a bitch because I don't think she cried about it as much. No, I'm just kidding. But she was on this, so she got antibiotics, and they were like, look, we don't know what's the right antibiotic because this isn't house. They can't solve it in 30 minutes. They got to run the shit. They got to send it out. But they're like, we're going to give you some antibiotic. I think it'll work. But we're going to give you this dog food that's gonna give this enzyme. It's gonna break up these bladder stones. You're gonna be good as new. You're gonna piss that shit out.
Yeah.
What they didn't tell me was that the dog food is like chock full of salt. It's basically salt lick.
Ooh.
So that makes the dog want to drink more.
Right.
So now she's got an antibiotic that may or may not work. She's thirsty as fuck.
Yeah.
And she's got to piss all the time. Blood, no blood, who knows, right?
Yeah,
Let's
sounds brutal.
let's roll the dice. Let's get crazy.
Tough for Sadie.
So the first night, you were well aware of this, from 11:30 until 6 a.m. We're up every 30 minutes. To the point where like she's raw, I'm raw. I think she's got diarrhea because of the food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is that smell? And I turn the light on. It's like 2 a.m, and there is shit all over the blanket. I thought she farted. I was like, that's not ladylike, but I appreciate it. And there was shit on the blanket. And so that was a bad night. But then she started to get better. And turns out she was on the wrong antibiotic. So obviously that was rough, right? So here's the first bill. And this was on the 6th of October. Oof. And here it is right here for $618, right? So that's gone. Okay, so now we figured out the antibiotic situation.
Yeah.
And we are now on the right path, and we are doing the thing. But unfortunately, the UTI is still not going away. They got to up that prescription.
Yeah.
But that's not free. Right, Tom? So that is $323.
Jesus.
So we're going to get rid of that. But now, right, we find something else out.
Yeah.
So on Monday, yesterday, I get woken up at 5:30 in the morning to scratches at the door.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we're back at it. So I take her outside. She eats some grass, comes back in, and throws up outside with on the carpet, actually, outside. And I'm like, that's probably not good. But then I feed her anyway. She holds it down. And then I give her new medicine, which I'll probably fuck up the name, doxycycline or something.
Yeah.
And she holds that down, which is good. We get in the car, get the kids in the car because we have to drop them off at school. And of course I bring her because we're family. That's what families do.
Sure.
We go places together, Tom.
Yeah.
And we're about to pull out into the main road, and she does that thing, which
Ooh.
throws up all over the car.
Sadie.
All over the car.
Aw.
It stinks like shit.
Yeah.
It stinks like dog food, really.
Yeah.
And the kids are like, roll down the windows. It stinks. It's like 30 degrees on Monday. It's rough. So I can't do that. But I have to do something because she's doing the dog thing where she wants to eat her own.
Yeah.
So this is a mess. And I was mentioning my 4-year-old does the 4-year-old thing where it's like we have 10 minutes to get to the school, wait in the line for 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes to get home.
Yeah.
But he's not like sure of his reality.
Yeah.
So it's like the next 30 minutes is like, Dad, remember when Sadie threw up? And I was like, we're living it.
Yeah.
So that happened. So I had to take her to the vet, be like, what's going on? They're convinced it's the antibiotics. So they give her anti-nausea. Rough night all day, throws up. Guess what we find out today, Tom? Because by the way, yesterday's bill, so $646. The prescription dog food that I talked about at the beginning, that's $100. So we're in it now for like $1,800. Yeah. Guess what I find out today? Because I had to bring her back because she was sick all day, all night. Yeah. Obstruction. She found a corn cob outside, Popeye's pipe. She eats a little piece of a corn cob, goddamn catfish, dumpster diving, eats it, stuck in her intestines. They didn't find it yesterday. I don't know what's going on. I think someone in the back of that veterinarian's actually a good vet. He's a good vet. Stuck in her intestines, obstruction surgery today. They remove it. And he's like, silver lining. There was still one bladder stone left. So while we're in there, we're just going to pull it out. So you don't have to worry about feeding her that shitty dog food anymore.
Silver lining, I guess. Yeah.
So
that's
done.
good.
So she's still with
the dog food.
She's at the vet. Pick her up tomorrow, and hopefully,
well, I hope she feels better.
The saga of Sadie is done. But that was bills.
It's all bills. So I have a question.
Yeah,
this is not a political podcast, right?
None. No.
But we do have the guy who can't bench press 135 running for
Toronto Rob?
mayor.
No.
He's gonna fight you over that. Toronto Rob could probably. That's probably the one thing he could beat me at is a bench press. But no. So my question for you is politically. Do you think it would be more popular? Because you didn't have pet insurance, which I don't have. Pet insurance
I had it.
Yeah, I know.
I canceled it for reasons.
It's like a scam, and you have to do the math on like what am I gonna pay, and then same thing. So I actually got my like year-end health insurance where they're like, hey, because I own my own business, so I pay out of pocket, and they're like, oh, hey, I guess health insurance is going up again for the 9 millionth year in a row. Congratulations, for the same exact fucking thing. So. My question is, would it be more popular politically if you did universal pet healthcare?
I think so.
If you ran on universal pet healthcare, all these people's pets, it's a racket. We're gonna like put like restrictions on how much vets can charge or something. You know what I mean? Like you just made like a super pro pet platform, pet owner platform.
Pet insurance for the year when we did it, it was through Nationwide.
Yeah.
It was only $800 for the year.
Yeah.
It wasn't too much. I think the reason was it was the 2 years that we did it or 3 years we did it.
Yeah.
We didn't use it at all.
Yeah.
At all. And and then obviously for reasons we stopped. But the weird part is that I think politically you're actually hitting on something.
I may run just as like the pet, and it's just like this is pet paradise. The United States is like the pets get food, they get medical care. There's more like pet play areas. I'm just like because that's who votes, right?
But even like people, but I think you're hitting the important part though. Even people you disagree with politically, like you're like, oh, they like pets.
Everybody likes pets more than
except who? Because when I send a text message about the dog, who's the one who's like, glad I don't have a dog? Who says that? Who says that? You're making me not want to have a dog. So maybe not.
Yeah.
But I guess
he was
maybe
forced to flee Canada because of his opposition to people getting health care of any kind. He's against.
Where's he living now then?
He moves around.
He doesn't. Yeah. Well, on the plus side, Tom, the autumn of jackets continues. Want to tell people about the jacket? I mean, they can see it on the.
We have another jacket. I'm waiting for the bottom of your jacket.
Are we at the?
It feels like it never runs out. You're like.
This is a great jacket.
Yeah, it's like
it's Halloween inspired.
It's another I have kids Harry Potter reference, like Hermione's bag.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that reference, but she's got a bottomless bag. It's like a magic bag.
I like that.
And she's gonna carry anything in it.
Is that like Mary Poppins'
That's like your
bag?
jacket closet. Yeah, probably the same. Yeah, same.
Do you know what that reference is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also there was like a tent that when you have a magic tent, it's like it opens up. Except the Weasleys, they were poor.
Ron Weasley, I know
they
him.
were poor, so their tent looks nice to us, but to the Malfoys who are rich, they make fun of the Weasleys because they're poor.
He sounds like a real fucking asshole.
He's a dick. Yeah.
So want to tell people about the jacket? I like when you describe the jacket.
The jacket. Your wrestling jacket, I don't know. I didn't know that they made this many retro wrestling jackets.
Oh, they make a lot.
And like, I don't know. Like, you're going to get robbed by like the biggest nerd. You know what I mean? Like,
I just type in single dad casual wear, and they're like, this is for you.
Some skinny geek in like glasses is gonna come in and just clean you out of these jackets. But this one is awesome too.
No.
Did you show the camera?
We didn't show you.
So this is an Undertaker, like a seasonal one, right?
Yeah.
Because we talked about doing Halloween costumes, but then we didn't.
We didn't.
So we could maybe do verbal Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so another amazing jacket.
Yeah. It's lightweight too, but it's warm because you can see there's like I guess this is like, I don't know, like it's thicker than a canvas. It's kind of like a sweatshirt material around like the neck and the wrists and stuff.
I would have thought it was the same as the other ones, to be honest.
Oh, it looks like that, huh?
Yeah, I think it looks the same.
Yeah, it's super nice. It's lightweight, and I love it. It's my Undertaker jacket.
It's great.
Where
does this rank in terms of how you get comments? Remember we did like this, like the Hitman one, people love.
This is probably. This is a really good question. I think this one ranks probably lower on the compliments.
Blockbuster.
Because the kids are frightened of it. So
Makes sense.
I don't get to wear this one out as much in public. I wouldn't say this is like a date night jacket either. Like they're like, what the fuck are you doing? This is probably
you can't get dates if you
cannot get dates in this jacket. This is not a date night jacket. This is more of like out with the guys, a little horseplay jacket. I would say this is a guy's jacket.
Yeah.
A man's jacket.
Yeah.
Man's jacket.
So maybe like you don't get as many comments, but the comment would be more enthusiastic. The person would be like, "Wow, that's pretty sick."
Yeah, because this
Undertaker.
Yeah, because like obviously Undertaker started. Remember you like
obviously.
encyclopedia.
Yes.
notes? So the Undertaker started at Survivor Series 1990.
Of course, yeah.
And then he wrestled all the way until I don't know WrestleMania 30 or something.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't tell you when he stopped because I stopped before then.
Yeah,
but
super.
this is
I mean, what an athlete!
what an athlete.
Still fight.
Mark
at that
Calloway.
age.
What an athlete.
Yeah.
That streak, unbelievable. This was the iconic look. This was the first look.
Sure.
So to me, our generation, this is how we remember him.
Yeah.
So when I get compliments, it's definitely from our age group, 35 to 45.
Yeah, the younger people who saw him when he was like 65 and balding or whatever. It doesn't resonate the same.
Well, exactly, because he went through a ton of different phases. So this is the Undertaker jacket. And by the way,
it.
Tom, I know I called it the autumn jackets. We've got winter jackets. I know
That's
we're
true.
a couple
Yeah.
weeks away from winter. We get winter jackets.
Sure.
So we're going to make it happen. But where can you find Tom and I? You can find Tom and I at divorcewithfriends@gmail.com, on Instagram at divorcewithfriends, Twitter at divorcewpod. And we don't have really any updates because the month isn't over, but the stats are looking good. We're still coming in. We got all those Portugal downloads. Remember I mentioned my friend Jess and her wonderful husband Kevin from Portugal, telling their friends we're getting tons of downloads from Portugal.
Wow.
So
exciting.
we're blowing up in Europe now, which is
Nice. I
great.
love
Which is awesome. So, Tom, your favorite part, minus the close, but listener feedback. We're not getting many corrections. Did you notice that, by the way?
No, because we're better.
We're getting better.
We're
We
improving.
did after the apology.
We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. I think we're getting close. But after the apology,
Oh, that's true. That was a big.
but that wasn't a correction.
Right.
That was like, you fucked up. And we were
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe. We
Yeah.
apologized. But no one's saying, hey, you said this thing and it was wrong.
Right.
We're
We're not technically factually wrong. We're just morally
wrong.
Yes.
We're morally bankrupt.
Right.
We're not saying factually incorrect things.
Correct.
So we're actually getting feedback. We're getting tons of emails. We got our first organic email from London.
Wow. London.
I shouldn't say it that way. We've actually never fabricated an email from London, but we've got our first email from London.
Okay.
Which is good.
Good.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So we're going to read that. But we have our first email. This one is apology accepted. Tom, you want to take this one?
I'll read this one. It's from my favorite emailer. Almost like I would describe this person as like the anti-Toronto Rob in terms of their contributions to the
Evan is stellar.
Incredible. So on behalf of the community, who I have self-appointed myself to represent on all matters related to manufactured offense and outrage, important position, I accept your apology. Very exciting. That's very exciting because we put a lot of time and energy into that apology, and it was sincerely heartfelt, even though it was probably Toronto Rob's fault.
It was, and you had a great intro, outro too, which I think really sold the sincerity of it.
Really, we just have to do that every time we fuck up. But gotta say, the transition from apology to a Tylenol joke was real smooth, real smart, pissing off the one disability that is growing in numbers and doesn't understand the subtle nuances of humor on Instagram.
It's very true.
That was 40 chess. Evan caught that. And credit to us. And now maybe Evan's going to get some emails. I don't know.
You know what? In fact, because you think
might
about
be in
this, you were actually just reading Evan's
seat.
email. That wasn't
I
your
was reading
take.
the email. That's not me speaking.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to, for anybody who wants Evan's handle, we'll let you know. And
Yeah.
if you have any complaints, you can send them right to Evan.
Yeah, that'd be wild if
That's
he gets,
great.
but then he can kind of turn it back on them and use, but
Yeah.
I think.
So the next email, Tom, this one is from Dave on Gmail.
Ooh.
This actually rings near and dear to my heart. This one is girl on girl crime.
Okay.
And I feel like
It's a weird setup.
yeah, it's girl and girl crime. And the reason that this one is so near and dear to my heart is because I have had conversations with girlfriends, wives, a wife, about something like this many times.
Yeah.
And I feel like my take will be exactly what it has always been.
Yeah.
And I feel like I may be incorrect in my take,
Ooh.
but I do
The
feel.
apology sound bad.
I know. I feel like people may say you're incorrect in your take. However, I do think that a lived experience of a lot of people may say, I see there may be, if we pull that thread a little bit, I see where you're going with that.
Ooh,
okay?
All
right. So, hey guys, I need your advice. I took my girlfriend of a year out for dinner over the weekend. Everything was great.
Sounds good.
Meal, conversation, I mean everything.
Oh, that was a little.
She even offered to pay. Kidding, she didn't do that. But seriously,
Shot at your girlfriend.
but seriously, it was a great night.
Okay.
Anyway, this was a slam dunk, no question. I'm getting laid tonight night. However, when we get back to my apartment, things changed.
No.
She went to the bathroom, and when she came out, she informed me that she wasn't wearing mascara all night, and she couldn't believe I didn't tell her. At first, I thought she was joking, but when she put on her sweats and sat on the couch, I knew I was in for some shit. She said she must have looked like an idiot, and as her boyfriend, I was supposed to notice these things and let her know. Mascara? The fuck? Is this real life? Please enlighten me, Dave on Gmail. So,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I know mascara goes on someone's face. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I don't know
Okay.
what it goes on. I think
That's
it goes... At first, when I thought it, I was like, it goes under your eyes. I think it goes on your eyelashes. I don't... I'm
Sure.
probably going to get... If this is wrong, it probably is.
Could go anywhere. Yeah.
The thing about makeup is I know if I wake up next to a woman, which happens infrequently, but it happens from time to time. Infrequently.
Depends on the jacket.
Depends on the jacket.
Yeah.
This is a wake up next to a woman jacket. I'll tell you that. I'll fucking tell you that right now, pal.
Okay.
But there are certain days where I don't wake up next to a woman.
Sure.
It's probably not wearing a jacket like this.
Yeah.
I can say right away, it's like, okay, she didn't wear makeup because I know for a fact I saw her wipe it off in the morning.
Yeah.
Or at nighttime.
Yeah.
If I go out and I see a random woman on the street,
Yeah.
I'm not looking at her and be like, yikes, bitch, you don't have makeup on.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Makeup is created for other women to compete with other women for male attention.
Okay.
Meaning, if every woman in the world, this is my take, Bobby Vito's take, if every woman in the world said, I promise you, woman next to me and women around me, that I won't wear makeup if you don't wear makeup, they could all stop wearing makeup and we would just pick the prettiest one. It's like
Makeup ceasefire. Okay.
Because it's now it's like the bell curve or whatever the curve is. I don't know what the fucking the passion curve, whatever the curve is. Do you see what I'm saying? We're still going to pick, men are still going to pick the prettiest women are still going to pick the prettiest men. Men do not wear makeup and women still pick the most attractive man. Do you see what I'm saying? But the fact that she's mad at him, he already picked her. Who is she wearing? Who is she wearing the makeup for?
I'm going to lose the thread. I'm going to challenge that. I don't think that's true. I think some women are particularly good at makeup.
Okay.
You can see this when you see women like with and without makeup and in different kinds of makeup.
Okay.
And there's makeup. There are times, and like again, I'm not like the most like in tune to this person. I couldn't tell you the sort of like logistical breakdown of why makeup is good or bad.
Okay.
But there are times when I see makeup, and there are times when you see somebody and you've seen them multiple times.
Yeah.
And you can objectively say they look better this time, they look worse this time. And there's times when I see makeup and I'm like,
what if you never saw them with makeup on before, ever in your life?
what if you never saw them? Well, but they would still, there would be an expected value.
What if
and you'd
makeup
see
never
her
existed?
below it?
What if makeup
But
never?
but what I'm saying is that would be a disadvantage for the women who are good at makeup. There's people who are objectively good at makeup.
So what? But
So they get,
But for
they
this
get a
woman,
plus.
but what
They-
I'm saying
they,
about
they go up.
But this woman this woman has already found a mate.
Yeah.
Why does she care?
Well, but she's probably not done shopping.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like David's a
But-
forever guy.
But that's what I'm saying. But the women will never make that ceasefire, and you know why? And this is
Yeah.
what I told you before.
Yeah.
I've had this sound.
It's like the American dream. They all think they're the ones who are good at makeup. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They're the ones who are going to find the makeup that gets them to
But like
promise.
that's like deceitful that they have to find a man because they're good at makeup. And what I'm getting at is like, and here's the thing, and this is the take.
You can get in
And
trouble for
this
that.
is the take I'm probably
Yeah.
getting in trouble.
Okay.
for.
I
I
think
think that women
Yeah.
are not good at friendships with other women. I think that they can have one or two friends that they are friendly with, but they are in deep competition. I am not in competition with you ever. I'm not in competition. If I play yard games with you, I don't care if I lose. If I go out to a bar and you pick up a pretty girl and I don't care. It does not bother me. Women have a hard time not competing with other women. I know that they don't think that they do, and I have this sound on the board, and I've had it since we started in
Okay.
April.
I'm going
I
to
have-
let you play this out. I think
it's
you're...
this episode of Chappelle's Show, and it's about the girl who has got the giant boobs.
Okay.
And she gets rid of them, and her friends talk shit about her, and she's like, "Why do they do that?" And this is what he says to her.
How could she do that?
Because your friends are bitches. Besides, Sheila.
This is so funny.
Even-
And then I take it back to this episode. I always think of this. It's this episode of Family Guy. And it's like the difference between, and I have this saved too, and I'm just waiting for these emails to come in and be like, I have this saved, of why men are different than women.
Okay.
And these are conversations
Yeah.
that women have with women that men don't. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Wow, you are definitely not afraid of dessert.
You know, I wish I were secure enough to throw on any old thing and call it an outfit.
Come on, you have so much body confidence. I mean, who wouldn't with those strong legs? So muscular.
Let's get ready for the
I'm
men.
jealous of how thick
Get ready
with
for the men,
strength
Tom.
they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Hey, I like your tie.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah, we do. We do know how to be friends because I feel like if I hang out with you and Toronto Rob,
Yeah.
outside of you and Toronto Rob being like, you're the worst and you be deported, piece of shit, right? Outside of that,
Yeah.
we could just hang out, watch a movie.
Well, we're not, Toronto Rob and I are enemies. We're not friends, but yeah, go ahead.
true. We could just hang out and not say a word.
Right.
If girls hang out and they don't talk, it's like, are you mad at me? What did I do?
Okay.
It's just a different thing. So I'm saying about this girl, right? Just to get back to this girl. She's mad at him for her boyfriend for not saying, hey, by the way, babe, you don't look as pretty right now because you're missing mascara. That's gonna go over like shit too.
So, okay. So first of all, I'm gonna reject your premise, but first,
All right.
I didn't realize that I would be bombarded by source material from Family Guy and Chappelle's Show. Basically, like, I mean, these are just like academic citations. But so first, I think that like, I think that these are kind of cliche. I don't really, so there's a lot of guys, and I find this like in every, like, when, you know, from high school to college to like parent groups now, there's a lot of guys who are fucking gossips, right? And will do a lot of passive aggressive shit, and guys are very competitive, but maybe about different things sometimes, but it's like guys are very competitive about how much money they make or cars or whatever, how good their kid is at whatever the fuck, right? Like school or
I'll compete on
sports
jackets.
or
That's
something.
it. That's it. Somebody
There.
says, hey, I have a cool jacket. I'd be like, give me 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
Wow, that's not even
That's
a
it.
competition. You're gonna steamroll. Good luck to these fucking dads with their shitty jackets. You know, that's not even close. But so I kind of reject the premise there. I also I think that on this one specifically, the thing I'm saying is like, so here would be the analogy, right? It's like, can you like go to the gym, or can you wear a sweet jacket? Because you're trying to take makeup away.
Can I?
So your sweet jacket,
Yeah.
or you're working out, or dressing, right?
Well,
Or, like,
working out is to stay healthy.
for some people.
I'll tell you what.
There's a lot of people who don't work out really to stay healthy.
I'll make you a
right?
deal. I could
More
trade
cosmetic
off
for some people.
If it was like, you can't go to the gym anymore, but I'll give you the power where like you won't be hungry and then you won't eat like shit. I'll take that trade too.
Okay.
I'll take that trade.
Yeah.
That's-
But it's like, but some guys would be like, well, I'm not going to give that up because I'm jacked, right?
I don't
Or
have
I
to
have
do
the discipline to go to the gym.
But that's the thing. I don't care. Like I know there's somebody who would be like, liar. I don't care. I personally don't care. I just don't. I want to make sure that like I live long. I had asthma. Obviously, I talked about it again. I'm
Yeah.
big and fat. I just don't want to have asthma, and I want to be there for my kids when they
Yeah,
need
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I do want to have sweet jackets though.
See?
That's it.
Okay.
But I do want to have sweet jackets. But
How come-
I want? But a sweet jacket.
You can have a jacket?
Do you
but
think-
you can't put on mascara?
Do you think this attracts women? Tom, do you think this is fucking bringing pussy?
And that is like there's obviously things that people do. I think usually it's probably like broadly, but like you say, like the aim is I think I mentioned this on a previous episode.
How
but
much
like,
pussy do you think this outfit is getting me, Tom?
But that's aimed at guys, and that's like I mentioned like the Sam Sulik where he was like, the guy was like, do you get a lot of girls who come up to you, and he's like, because he's
their
like
boyfriend.
a fitness influencer Jack guy, right? And he's like, no, but I get like their boyfriend or their brother or whatever, right? Like they'll be like, oh, my brother watches you, right? So he's almost impressing guys, right, more than women in some respects.
Well, it's
But-
funny. The people who do reach out to us, the ones who are like, hey, I like the podcast, whatever.
Yeah.
No one has come up to me on the street and said, hey, I recognize you from the podcast. It's like emails.
Can I tell you an anecdote? Actually, I didn't
Yes.
tell you this. So I was wearing my hoodie, which you can get on the store, right?
Are you flailing my
I
leg?
was wearing my divorce. This is a true story.
Okay.
So, but I think like whatever. It's not gonna be as like.
You found out your mom
page.
page like, hey, that's my son. He's got a podcast.
Yeah, I'm wearing the sweater. I'm wearing the hoodie, and I'm in line at the market, and I get to the thing, and this woman is checking me out, older lady.
Checking you out or
Checking me
you
out. Checking me out maybe more in ways than one. Double entendre. So she I don't know how much makeup she had on, but she was ringing me up.
Okay.
And she is like, "Oh, Divorce with Friends. I love that one."
Really?
Now, there is zero chance this lady listens to this podcast, right?
Yeah.
There was like an absolute. So she was clearly confusing it with something else.
Are we like a porn channel or something?
I was like, and I didn't, because I'm like kind of a pleaser. I didn't want to, like, in hindsight.
Hermione's bag.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
should have been like, I should have been like, oh, really? Like, what do you like about, or like, oh, yeah, it's my podcast or whatever. But I just was like, oh, yeah, haha. And then just kind of checked out. But yeah.
You brought my penis from 9 inches back to its sad state of 5 with a good attitude.
Terrible
right
dick,
there.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's all right. So look, you don't agree. I think that Dave had a point. I think his girlfriend was out of line. I think that she should have got dressed up for him and not care that she forgot her mascara. And she did it for she's competing with other girls. She already has her Dave. She should shut up. That's what I think. That's what I think.
That was aggressive. Okay.
Well, Dave's my guy. I don't know Dave.
yeah,
but he's
you
my
really
guy.
went after. Dave.
Well, the next one's for you, and this one is Joel needs some help seriously.
Oh, yeah,
because I feel
okay.
like Joel is getting steamrolled on this one.
I'm gonna read this one. This is a long
Joel's
one.
getting cucked. Not really, but he's getting punched in the face.
Buckle up. All right, Tom and Bobby. Big fan of the. I think people should use our nicknames. Vito and the Bear.
You got that, guys and girls.
Big fan of the podcast. Found
Vito and
you
the-
guys around episode 5, but look forward to each drop.
I love when people call them drops.
Lingo, yeah. Your in-law stories inspired me to write in. That was your in-law stories, wasn't it? My wife doesn't listen. Oh, here we go. This is another guy. This guy.
Oh no.
Oh, doesn't listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
So this is a safe space for me. I thought it was going to be like a Rodney Dangerfield, like I get no respect. So this is a safe space for me, but I'll use a fake name just in case. My fiance and I live in Massachusetts.
My wife, my fiance. Ooh, what's he doing here?
Interesting. We've been together for 5 years and lived together for a slip maybe 3 in a house we purchased together. Okay. Oh, so this is fiance.
Okay.
Yeah. The wedding is scheduled for May of 2026. In case you were curious, I really wasn't. But her sister is older, lives in South Carolina, and is married to a guy who I'd say is okay. All right. He's funny, I guess, but kind of annoying. That stuff. Since moving in together, they come to visit about once a year. So doing the math, that's been 3 visits. Each visit is about 1 week in duration.
He's very clinical in his writing.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail here. The thing is, when they visit, instead of staying in the guest room, my fiance insists on moving us to the guest room and giving them our room. That's interesting.
That's bizarre.
This has likely caused more arguments than the proper way to load a dishwasher.
Can relate.
That's a callback. Perhaps you two could relate.
Can relate.
I have asked my fiance why we have to switch rooms rather than her sister and her husband taking the guest room. And I am told that everyone does that as it's polite to offer traveling guests your room as a courtesy. That's bananas. I have never heard this. I've heard this before.
Have you
but
heard this?
I've heard this. I'll tell you the specific example. As I mentioned, it's just a week. I can handle it. But once we're married, I feel like this tradition has to stop, right? I'm positive my brother-in-law goes through my shit when he's in there, and I'm 99% sure he sleeps naked in there to fuck with me because he thinks it's fucked up. Either way, is she being polite? Am I being a dick? Are they being dicks? Is he fucking with me? What on earth is happening here? And before you ask, they have 1 bedroom. So when we go there, we stay at a hotel. Okay, so that's super interesting. So basically, that was like way too much detail from Joel. But Joel, he has his in-laws or soon-to-be in-laws over, and they give up the main room.
I think that's wild anyway. Just
I
the
think
premise.
that's crazy. Well, here's an example that I've had in my life is like my wife and kids and I went to go stay someplace, and because of the layout of the house, right, they were like, you guys all stay in the master bedroom and we'll go take these other rooms.
I can, by the way,
because that's like, and they offered it because it's like better for our kids and the configuration and blah, blah, instead of you guys being in these other rooms.
If you read that email and it was my soon to be mother and father-in-law need it in there, it's a first floor and they're
it's
older.
Like, whatever. It's 8 people and they just looked at the layout and they were like, this would probably be best for, and that's kind of them. And we took it and that's fine.
Did it say
because
how
they were
old they
like
are?
being thoughtful.
It just says
yeah, I
sister's
don't know.
older.
It's,
Just says
well, they're
sister-
probably fairly young, right?
Well, it just says, yeah,
there's
but
no
it's-
kids, right?
No,
Yeah.
but it just says sister's older. So
Yeah, I mean, he gave every other piece of fucking information
No shit.
imaginable except the age.
and
then when they go
I can't even
there-
apologize to Joel because he gave us a fake name.
Yeah, I think it's so, and I think it's also a weird dynamic that when they go there, they go to the hotel, right? So,
Well, it
which
says-
makes sense because it's one bedroom.
There's one
but, like,
bedroom.
still,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the thing, all right, so it's kind of emasculating for Joel. I'll put Joel in there.
Yeah.
It's kind of emasculating because he's going to give up his bedroom.
Yeah.
The sheets, it's weird, like, I hope he's kidding about the sleep naked. You can change the sheets, it's whatever.
No, but people get skeeved out. So this is another thing. I don't care about that, right? But like people, like actually my daughter, my wife would be skeeved up by that. They think it's weird. And I'm like, you go to a hotel.
Well, this brother-in-law is married to this. You think they're fucking? They're married. They're not having sex.
Yeah, good point.
They're not doing that anyway.
Yeah.
It's
But even
ridiculous,
just,
Joel.
just somebody sleeping.
Obviously,
in
you
your
can tell
bed. Some
Joel's not
people-
married because Joel thinks you have sex when you get married.
It's time to grow up, Joel. Yeah.
Grow up, Peter Pan.
Not if you fuck up on the mascara front.
You stupid dick. I think the tradition definitely should already be ended. I don't know when they come, but it sounds like.
Well, now it's awkward to end it though, right? Because we're gonna.
I think it
Thank
should
you,
have.
guys. I don't. I wouldn't. Again, I wouldn't care. I don't care about these things, but like I think people do. So.
Well, the wife or the fiance seems to have it in her brain that this is what you do. So I don't know how if you haven't changed it by now, dude, you're probably not. But I do think it's worth the conversation to be like, if it's. By the way, you said you think it's a tradition. You've heard it is. It's a courtesy.
No, I don't think it's a courtesy. I'm
Okay.
saying I've seen it happen before. Like
Well, I think you're fucked.
I don't
if-
think that's normal though. I think that's abnormal. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Joel. Last thing I'll say before we move on: if you don't end this now, it's gonna get worse.
I bet his brother-in-law is the gossipy one too. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Then I bet he's like, I bet he'll be a bitch about.
I don't mean to make
traveling
fun of
to
Joel,
Castro.
but I can because he's
Yeah.
gave a fake name.
Yeah.
But I can imagine like in 5 years, Joel's wife's like, "Oh, there's another courtesy where you let your sister's husband fuck your pussy," and he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Look, don't question things.
First
Like,
rights. It's like
Yeah.
what's the prima nocta?
prima nocta. Like, you just look when your sister's husband comes over and you're married." He can fuck your pussy because
With the
he's
dildo. Maybe an Ashley Madison.
with,
you know
with
what
a
I mean?
Prisco.
Yeah.
You can let
Yeah,
that
Prisco dildo.
just fucking do it, Joel, you pussy. So that's what we think.
Tough.
All right, so this
Joel
this
may want to just get out.
you know what, Joel, you come to the right podcast, dude.
Pull her ripcord there, Joel.
Come on, Joel. Water's warm.
Okay.
So this one's called Fridge Siggy.
Okay.
And this is our first email from London, from across the pond.
exciting.
I won't do
Yeah.
the accent. I feel like that's appropriation. I'll ruin it.
Okay.
Toronto Rob would try it. He'd give it the old college try.
He's bad at accents. I'll give him that.
But I love the way they speak. And I love the email. So, mates, I could use a bit of counsel. How great is that? Domestic, not legal, though give it time.
British humor. Very dry.
My American girlfriend moved in, and overall things are brilliant. I love when they say that. She's lovely, funny, and has brought out a certain loud optimism to a flat that I'm slowly adjusting to. But there's trouble brewing, or rather fizzing. She's addicted to Diet Coke.
That's fucking Brits, man.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
She's addicted to Diet Coke, not enjoys it now and then, but addicted. It's basically her emotional support liquid. Unfortunately, she inevitably runs out and raids my seltzer water supply. Drinks it every single time. Every single one.
Wow.
Okay. And here's the kicker. She never replaces it. I'll open the fridge to find nothing but an empty box. She just laughs and says, "I'll grab more next time." I try to explain that sparkling water isn't just water with personality, it's mine, but she gets confused. So tell me, how do I handle this? Do I stage an intervention? Do I start to stash it behind the peas? Or just accept that love means occasionally being robbed of some bubbles? Any guidance appreciated before I'm forced into installing a lock on the fridge. David on Gmail. David, as a seltzer connoisseur, I want you to come close for a second. Just come here. Get the fuck out immediately.
Well, David seems like he's kind of a pushover, so maybe he should hook up with Joel's chick. But I will say,
She came all the way over there and she can't goddamn buy her own Diet Coke or replace his seltzer. He's more fucked than Joel.
the pattern is the problem, right? It's like a couple times.
She
one
leaves
here
the
or there.
box?
Leaving the box is tough. Yeah, that's pretty. My kids do that with shit, and it drives me nuts. They finish something, or they leave like a box someplace. That drives me crazy. Also, Toronto Rob is a don't refill the Brita person, which is basically like death. That's
My
like,
kids don't refill the Brita and they're 8 and 4.
right, but you have to. So you have time to work on that.
Yeah. Well, it's
he's a
acceptable
full-grown
at this point.
person. And again, I think that should be death if you get to adulthood. With that.
Did you know? Okay, you've known me for 20-something years.
Yeah.
Did you know my habit of drinking? This is awful. I mean, it's good for me now.
Yeah.
Did you know my habit of drinking warm seltzers? Do you know where that came from?
No.
Okay, my college roommate, sophomore year, he used to drink my cold seltzers.
Oh, and you would only have warm seltzers?
So because of that, I was like afraid to say anything. So I just started keeping them warm, knowing he wouldn't do it. And now, because of that, I drink warm seltzer.
You're like an abuse victim. You've like...
Yeah. David, don't be like me. Don't be like me.
So I think David's a liar, actually.
What?
Yeah, I think David's lying. So I'll tell you, seltzer is not a replacement for Diet Coke. So I think if she's addicted to diet, that's like if I said to you, hey, I did my last line of Coke. Do you have any lifesavers? Do you know what I mean? And then I just took your lifesavers and I was like,
great.
Yeah, I'm good.
You know, they say there's no perfect analogy. You just fucking found
Right?
one.
I'm addicted to Diet Coke. I'm going to have a fucking seltzer. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, there's no calories in either one of them.
Okay, great.
It's diet. Well, I guess you're right because
Diet
there's
Coke is caffeine. That's what she's addicted to.
Because who drinks caffeine-free Diet Coke?
Nobody's addicted to fucking water.
Well, that's why that's why the email is called Fridge Siggy. Have you seen the sweatshirts that say "Grab me a Fridge Siggy" and it's like a cigarette carton with Diet Coke? So I don't know, David. I think you should get the fuck out of there. She's a mooch. Listen, you married an American girl. I don't know what to tell you.
I think David's up to something. I'm suspicious.
All right. Well, Tom, let's move on to our last email. Right. It's called Later Daters.
Let's do it. Okay. So Bobby and Tom. Clearly, you've never watched The Later Daters on Netflix. It doesn't take place in a senior living facility, but it's still just as good. Dale on Instagram.
Okay, so I didn't know about this.
So this is like a show. So, well, I think actually this is more of like a point for us because we came up with an idea that's actually Netflix show.
So
credit to us. Yeah.
So if for those who didn't listen to episode 12, shame on you. Okay.
Go back
and listen to it. But Tom and I exposed what's going on at Nana and Grampy's retirement homes. Yeah. And they're all fucking. And they're all passing gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia. They're passing it all, Tom. They're giving it away. Okay. And what we said was that's an untapped market. Mm-hmm. And basically what Dale's saying is, hey, do your research, you dumb shits.
It might be a tapped market if you don't know.
That's fucking good. Yeah, but Dale's like, hey, dummies, do your research. Later Daters is on Netflix. It's not in a retirement home, but it's about people dating later in life. So I did some research on it. Okay. And let me tell you,
I bet you did. Yeah.
I did do it because I wanted to find out what it was because I was like, Dale, thank you. Yeah. And Later Daters is on Netflix and it's a docuseries produced by Michelle Obama. Wow. It follows singles, in their 50s, 60s, and 70s as they re-enter the dating world. Okay. The series premiered on Netflix in November of 2024. Okay. Yep. And let's get some more information on that. Okay. So the participants, the 6 featured singles and are divorced or widowed, and they receive coaching on how to navigate modern dating. Oh. The format is guidance from dating coaches and support from their families, friends, as they go on a series of blind dates.
Got it.
Well, guess what, Tom? Frankly, I think that fucking sucks.
Wow.
I think that's lame as fuck.
You don't like the premise?
No. So we recorded episode 12 2 weeks ago tonight, and I got that note the Wednesday. Yep. Dale reached out on Wednesday.
Yep.
Love it, Dale. Thank you.
Great. Thank you to Dale.
Thank you, Dale, because we cannot improve without listeners like you.
Totally.
We need you.
Right.
So, Tom knows this. This podcast, next to my kids, next to Sadie, it's P1 in my life.
Yep.
It's number 1.
That's true.
Okay. I get to work, and I thought, how can Divorce with Friends top Later Daters? It's not going to be difficult.
Sure.
But I thought of a show about dating in the retirement home.
Right.
But it's going to be a comedy. It's not going to be fucking reality TV because reality TV can suck my dick.
Wow. Okay.
The only good reality TV was the Real World Seattle.
Yeah.
David slaps Irene.
Seattle. Right?
David slaps Irene.
Okay.
It wasn't great. It wasn't. I'm going to be very clear.
Yeah,
sorry.
You want to walk that back.
It's not great because he slapped her. I'm just giving that's what happened.
That's
they worked at the radio station. That's why it was great.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm telling you what happened.
Got it.
That was a great season.
Okay.
Hawaii was also great.
Hawaii. Yeah.
I'll give Austin the nod because Danny from Bill Ricca was on it.
Oh, that's true.
And we know Danny. Yeah. So that was also great.
Congrats. Yeah.
And the first season of Temptation Island on Fox.
Okay.
That was
which one was CT?
Seattle.
Who's Seattle?
I think so, or Hawaii.
Oh.
One of the two.
Okay.
Okay. Those are the only good seasons of reality TV.
Okay.
We're gonna do a comedy
Yeah.
filmed like The Office type thing, right?
Okay.
It's gonna be called "Don't Catch the Drip." All right. It's gonna be the drip is STD.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So we're gonna do it more of an anthology style.
Okay.
Okay. And it's gonna be kind of like an American Horror Story, where
Mm-hmm.
every season is not necessarily connected to the story, but they all take place in the same timeline,
okay.
same universe.
Yeah.
And I get to cracking on that shit, Tom.
Did.
And I get to cracking on it so fucking hard
Yep.
and so fucking fast that we get the first season in front of Netflix
Incredible.
immediately.
Incredible.
And we got a teaser for the first season.
Teaser.
You want to play that first teaser?
Yeah, this is the exclusive
First look at the first teaser of Don't Catch the Drip.
Let's go.
Let's play it up.
From Divorce with Friends, coming this spring. Don't catch the drip. At Goldenrod Retirement Castle, they have everything you need. The only problem is, sometimes more than the faucets leak.
So
I'd love to. Coming this spring to Netflix.
that was pretty wacky.
No, I
That seemed
know-
pretty wacky.
I know you can't see it on the podcast.
Yeah.
We are going to post that on Instagram, and
Yeah.
we'll post this clip and we'll put it in the video.
Okay.
So that's the first season, right? So it's wacky. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
STDs, people going around.
Well, it's kind of light.
It's kind of light. We're going to introduce some characters.
yeah.
Maybe their cousins will show up in a different season. Maybe
Yeah.
their sisters will show up in a different season. Whatever, I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe in the future their grandkids will show up because again, anthology. It's all kind of
Yeah.
connected, interwoven.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then in another season, we've
Yeah.
already pitched season 2 because Netflix was like,
We love it.
kind of fucking love that,
Yeah,
guys.
it's pretty great.
Can you give me season 2 already?
Sure.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So we get season 2 already. So in season 2, there's these 4 hot shit grandfathers. Okay.
Okay.
They've been best friends forever.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they divorced their wives at the same time because that's how
Wow.
much they love each other. And they're like, we're going to go run train
Yeah.
on this retirement home.
Okay.
But the problem is this there's already 4 broads there.
Uh-oh.
They're called the Dirty Birdies.
Ooh,
Okay.
sounds like they run the show.
And they're run by Auntie STD.
Yeah.
And she's got 3 friends. We're going
Okay.
to hear all about them. But the guys have a plan.
Ooh.
They have a game.
Okay.
Okay. If you sleep with a woman
Oh no.
with a condom,
Yeah.
that's 1 point.
Oh wow.
If you sleep with a woman without a condom, that's 5 points.
Sounds like they're
Okay.
sexualizing these women. Yeah.
And if you catch something, you're out of the game.
Oh, you get eliminated.
You get eliminated. But they don't know
Literally, yeah.
that Auntie STD of the Dirty Birdies
Yeah.
has these hens running around
Uh-huh.
as plants.
Oh, to give them a disease?
Yeah.
So this is a little darker than season
This is a little darker, right? So
Uh-huh.
the tagline in this one, which didn't make the cut, is families will be embarrassed, penicillin will be spilled.
Whoa.
Okay? So Tom, why don't you play
It's like a
the teaser for season
murder
2?
cover with like penicillin. Okay, here we go.
From the guys at Divorce with Friends podcast comes a 21-pod production.
Grandpa's got game.
1 point for the riding coat, 5 for the Chesterfield.
But
Chesterfield
beware
is
the
no
Dirty
fun.
Birdie Squad.
Catch what we got, and you're done, sugar.
First to 20 takes the crown.
Don't catch the drip. Only on Netflix.
Don't catch the drip, baby.
Don't do it.
By the way, we've heard 24 seconds of 2 seasons of Don't Catch the Drip,
I'm in.
and we're already talking Emmys.
Yeah, no, I think that would be pretty fascinating.
And Later Daters is like, who the fuck?
I think we could also do spin. I know you're anti
No.
reality show, but I think we do a reality spin-off after too. You know what I mean? Like how they had like the OC the show,
Yeah.
and then the OC the reality. I don't think it was called the OC, but whatever, the Lauren Conrad and all
Daddy, Don't Touch Me?
the Jay Cutler's wife, not bodybuilder Jay Cutler.
Oh, I was thinking OC, like the show on Fox now.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. There was an OC show,
Okay.
right? And that was like whatever. That was like the Hills. That's what it was.
The
right?
Hills. The Hills.
Credits.
Well, I think,
yeah.
as I said, kids, dog, podcast,
Yep.
actual work. I think we're putting in the time, putting in the effort.
Tremendous.
And I think Don't Catch the
Series
Drip.
might jump ahead of the podcast. We'll see.
I think Divorce with Friends pod
yeah.
and 21 pod productions
Yep.
is going to the moon.
I love it.
Straight to
I
the moon.
absolutely love it. Yeah.
So
I
here you
think
go.
that's great.
So Dale, thank you again. The inspiration is I can't thank you enough for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get to a new segment, and the segment is called "What Does Tom Know About the Topic?" and "Does Tom Give a Fuck?" And
I like this.
And the reason for this segment is
Yeah.
Tom and I obviously were close friends. Some would say best friends.
Yeah.
Some would say best friends. What's wrong with Rob? It's run over. We have a text chain, and there's depending on when you look at the text chain during the day, it could be anything. It could be kids, it could be wives, not mine. Could be anything. It could be anything, but depending on when you look at it, it's a topic. And if you don't know about the topic, you typically wait till the next topic comes in.
Yeah, you just kind of let
you kind of just jump.
Or do like an exclamation mark. Or
that's by the way, I want to let everybody know when Tom is done with a topic, you just get an emoji on the topic, and that's how you know Tom is done.
Well,
with the topic.
also sometimes I'm busy. Sometimes so I have to do like whoa, hey, that's the exclamation mark. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, you know.
When I say something about somebody that I shouldn't say, that's Tom. I get the exclamation mark, and that's Tom's sign for like.
Yes, it's like
Tom's like,
let's move it along.
Tom's wrap it up, B. I'm like, all right, guy, we're done. So I thought this would be fun because here's 3 topics that I think Tom may know about.
Okay.
I know he knows about at least one of them.
Yeah.
And I want to know what Tom knows about it, and if Tom gives a fuck. So we're not going to spend a ton of time on all of them.
That's fine.
But let's do it. So Tom, 3-eye atlas.
So I don't know about this one.
You don't know about it?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so I want to tell you about it a little bit, and do you give a fuck? Okay. So 3-eye atlas is an interstellar comet that originated from outside our solar system, making it the 3rd such object to ever be discovered. So I'll just summarize that.
Yeah.
So it is the 3rd largest interstellar object to ever enter our solar system in our existence. Okay. It is coming in the closest proximity that will be between our planet and the sun on Thursday.
Yeah.
And it came from the same direction of the WOW signal. Do you know what that is?
No.
So the WOW signal is a signal that came in for, I think, about 60 or 70 seconds in the 70s. And it was a telescope pointed in the direction of space that this thing came from. And it was just dead air. And for 60 seconds or something in the 70s, it came with an actual noise. And the scientist who saw it saw the spike, and he wrote "wow." And it was just called "wow." Okay. Could be coincidence. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oddly, with this 3-eye atlas, I hope I'm saying it right. We'll get our first correction in a while. I can't tell if this is internet being internet or I'm just being tricked. Sure. It seems like the scientific community is actually torn on what this is. There's a Harvard professor who's like, there's a 40% chance that this is aliens.
Yeah.
And there's a philosophy about motion in versus motion out.
Okay.
So it's as it wraps around the sun, if it comes around the sun with more energy than it came into the sun with, then it would be man-made or
alien made, maybe.
Alien made. So, Tom, do you give a fuck about this?
No, I don't give a fuck about this. And I think that people who act like they're obsessed with space and don't work for NASA,
as I hide behind my microphone, I'm terrified by space. Well,
there's people who make it like their whole identity. Like, oh, I love space. I love the movie Interstellar. I think Chris Nolan's great. All I do is talk about space. Those people
who are you talking about?
Pseudo intellectuals. So they're people who don't know things. Then they Google things and they have like a paragraph and then they act like and they want you to think that they know things, but they don't know anything.
Okay.
So people like that I think are the worst, and I don't give a fuck about this.
Well, he and I both agreed that it was just an asteroid. So,
yeah.
Okay. The next one is the NBA betting scandal.
Ooh, I love this. So this is great.
So what do you know about it?
So I know everything about
and
this.
What do you know? And then then do you give fucks?
This is like my worlds colliding, my wheelhouses. So yeah,
take it away, Tom.
So you have like a bunch of layers to this. I think this is super interesting. This will be a great doc. This will be a great like movie. So we know like if you haven't done any like Google deep dives on this. So basically there's kind of 2 parallel scandals. So there's one that's akin to like point shaving or information sharing. So the thing that's super interesting about this is like, obviously with DraftKings and all these different platforms now being so prevalent, you can bet unders on like anybody. So Terry Rozier is the person who got arrested. There's multiple instances of this though, but it's like basically Terry Rozier
He's
is
just the coach now though, right?
No, he's a player. Terry Rozier is active.
Oh, I was thinking of Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups has it. He's on both sides of it kind of, but so Terry Rozier, basically he has some sort of contact in the gambling world. A lot of these are like mob contacts, right? So say he has like a mob contact and he says, hey, I'm going to play like 3 minutes tonight and then I'm going to have like a hamstring injury. You might want to bet the under on all my shit, right? So he tells them that. And then actually one of the early...
Legit Mafia?
Legit Mafia, yeah. There's all the guys getting arrested. If you look at like any of the documents, it's all like guys like, with like Mafia nicknames.
Tony Soprano?
Like big pussy types.
Fucking big pussy.
Yeah.
Got him. Shit.
He would have been right. Those guys would have been way ahead. So... so basically like and then DraftKings is like, why are all these people betting the under on Terry Rozier on this specific night, right? And then it hits and he leaves the game early, right? So the DraftKings actually went to the NBA and was like, hey, this is suspicious betting activity. And the NBA was like, oh, we investigated, nothing to see here, right? But then the FBI did their own investigation and found a bunch of other stuff.
Are you surprised the NBA covered for anybody in the
Not
league?
at all. Yeah, and that they did not.
Have they done that before?
I know where you're going with that. Yeah, LeBron. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, so they've done that for him multiple times. But anyway, so that's one. So and then Chauncey Billups was kind of straddling both of these conspiracies allegedly, or both of these scandals allegedly. So one was that piece where like he would tell the same types of people that somebody wasn't going to play. He's a coach, right? So he'd be like, oh, Dame Lillard's not going to play tonight. Bet his unders, bet us under overall, bet whatever.
Do you think they're getting a kickback from that? Like what's in it for them?
So my guess would be, I think it's a mix of, for some of the guys who don't make as much money, there's maybe a percentage, right? Okay. And one of the instances was like LeBron's buddy, James, I think this was James Johnson. But anyway, LeBron's buddy, who's like more of a role player, got like a small piece because he told them that LeBron told him, even when they weren't on the same team, that LeBron was taking a night off. Right. So they cut him off a piece of whatever winnings. Right. So I think for some guys.
What's the league minimum in the NBA? Do you know?
I mean, it's in the hundreds of thousands, but you know, these guys are in the league a short time. And like, so the other thing I think happens is like these guys get upside down. They get big into gambling.
Yeah.
They get upside down. They owe the mob money. And then the mob's like, hey, you're going to do this or else. Right.
Sure.
So I think that's probably part of it too, more so than just like Chauncey Billups shouldn't need money, right? He's made tens of millions of dollars in his life. He's still making millions of dollars a year, but he's maybe involved with these people. So the second scandal is the poker scandal. So what the poker scandal is poker pros, right, always want to find a whale, which is a person who has a lot of money but sucks at poker. So the people who are frequently the best whales are people who are like celebrities or athletes, right? Because they have a lot of money and they probably aren't very good at poker, right? Just, you know, on average. So they would build these games. So the mafia would build these games around a guy like Chauncey Billups and say, hey, Chauncey Billups is here. He's bringing a bunch of money. Poker pros, why don't you guys come and play him? And then they would rig the game. And they would rig the game for Chauncey Billups and whatever players were like mob affiliated in the game, right? So now the poker pros come, and the thing that's actually kind of funny is the pros kept coming back because Chauncey Billups was doing such weird shit and winning. But it was because the game was rigged. So there were a couple ways that they were rigging it. One was they had cameras installed in the tables because these are like home games run and set up by the mob. So it's like, oh, come to so-and-so's house and play this game. So there are cameras in the table and then like a mic in the person's ear. And they'd be like, hey, Chauncey, like a king is coming, right? Queen of clubs is coming, whatever. The other way was they had invisible ink on the back of the cards
with the
and
glasses.
special glasses.
I did see that.
Yeah. And so anyway, so he was involved in that. And again, maybe he gets looped up in that because he's in debt and then he's got to give them some information on other stuff and blah, blah, blah.
So I guess before we move on to the last one, do you give a fuck as an NBA?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I just think it's a super interesting story. So I give a fuck. Oh, as an NBA, like, I do think it matters because it's kind of hard. I'm not like, you know, because I'm old and I have kids, I'm not like super into sports in the way that I used to be.
Sure.
But I think it would be, so I think it's an interesting scandal because it's like, it's probably hard to care about sports in the exact same way, especially like a regular season game when you know that there's probably a bunch of this stuff going on. Sure. Right.
What happened in baseball too? Class A from the Guardians. He's done.
Yeah.
He's out of the league forever.
Yeah, there were a couple. Yeah,
because he was in real-time betting where you could bet ball strike, whatever.
Yeah.
He was. They noticed a major anomaly with a ball coming.
Yep.
And they investigated him. They suspended him, and now he's done.
Yeah.
So it happens. The last one is near and dear to your heart. We're going to do a callback from episodes 1, 2, or 3. This is Jordon Hudson, Dancing with the Stars talks fall apart. So this was Hudson was reportedly in talks with Dancing in the Stars to be on it. It falls apart. Do you know about this topic?
I didn't know about this. No.
Okay. I'll tell you about it just a little bit. So obviously, last minute talks fall apart, negotiations due to disagreements. Obviously, she's a huge fucking pain in the ass over creative control on and schedule practice around Bill Belichick's games, limit interviews about her relationship. Now that you know about it, do you give a fuck about that? Because you're in love with her.
I love all the Belichick, Jordon Hudson stuff. I think it's pretty interesting. We've talked about it before, just because like I just think it's so weird that Belichick is so. And one of the things that I'm sort of interested in now too is what a fucking lunatic Pablo Torre is. So Pablo Torre, we've talked about, is like he thinks he's Woodward and Bernstein on this fucking story,
and maybe Deep Throat.
Yeah, and maybe there you go. And this is all he writes like crazy shit.
I do like him.
He's great. I think he's actually entertaining, and I like most of his stuff. But he releases like these nothing burger. Like he released this like right. Did you see the soundbite where like she's talking to Bill about the graphic designers, and she's like, "Oh, I could have used Photoshop and whatever." She's probably kind of a pain in the ass, but she's also like she's just a person trying to do like a job. And the Belichick thing is weird, fine, but like a lot of this stuff I think is like way overblown. And like I don't know, like who so. I care about it in the sense that it's kind of interesting, but I don't care in the sense that it's like, okay, if she wants to overplay her hands on Dancing with the Stars, like who gives a fuck? Who cares?
Well, I think again, it's like people care about who people are fucking, but also too, she's a train wreck. Like there's something about this guy who is the Patriot Way, led by the nose by this like pretty 20-year-old.
Yeah,
and she's like a monster. Right, for all intents and purposes. I have no idea if she is, but like that's the media's portrayal of her.
So
difficult
I think
to work
that
with.
He's more of a creep than anybody because he's like this old guy. If you're gonna say that it's weird for him. Yeah. I think more so. And I don't think that like the stuff. So if you took you've worked places, right?
I think you're related to her. There's some connection.
No.
There's some connection.
So you've worked places.
I've worked a few places.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are people who in their early to mid 20s are ambitious.
Yeah, a couple.
And they do things that are dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
but
me.
I did too. So if you took anybody who is like a hard charging person and an ambitious person and recorded everything they did for 3 years and then took the absolute lowlights.
I like that take.
They would look like Jordon Hudson.
I like that.
I guarantee it, right? Like even very successful people. So it's just like she just and I don't see anybody releasing anything that like makes her look smart. Yeah. I bet she's done things that are actually like kind of smart or clever or whatever. Mm-hmm. But Pablo Torre is out here just trying to like fucking shovel mud on her. And I'm gonna do the woke thing here.
Yeah, woke.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Bobby.
Hit me.
Would this be happening if she were a man?
Well, it would be because suddenly Bill Belichick is fucking.
Would it be characterized the same way?
It would because they'd be like, when did he become gay? So that was.
It'd be a way bigger story.
It'd be a way bigger story.
Like a ball boy.
So you see what I just did there, Tom? I tricked you. I baited you.
You caught me. You did.
So that was. Does Tom know and does Tom give a fuck?
I love it.
Moving on. Yeah. Final segment of episode 13. As promised last week, we didn't get the new copy for Prisco Dildo.
Oh.
But we did get it for this week.
Okay.
So I hope you enjoy it. This is the new copy for Prisco Dildo, right in time for the holidays.
Hey guys, it's Emma from Divorce with Friends. The holidays are right around the corner, and if you don't want to be like that no-dick bozo, Toronto Rob, showing up with perfume or a necklace, listen up. Have y'all heard about Prisco? That's right, Prisco Dildos are New England's premier dildos, coming in all shapes, sizes, colors, and textures. Get a Prisco dildo at your favorite adult novelty store and check out Bobby's personal favorite, Prisco Home Molding Kits, the best way to make sure that stocking is stuffed, just the way she or he likes it. And remember, not only does each Prisco come with a free download of the Better-in-Law podcast, for every dildo purchased during the holiday season, Prisco Dildos will donate a can of cranberry sauce to the food bank, because they are that fucking awesome. Find them online at PriscoDildosNE.com. And remember, if it doesn't say Prisco, you're just fucking yourself.
Wow.
Is
Great
that
copy. Incredible read.
What a read. What a read. Even when she's not here, she's here.
No, I know. Just incredible. The ratings will skyrocket just based off that, especially if we don't have a Toronto Rob voicemail. But
which we don't, actually.
Thank God. But so my one question, and I would never try to slander a sponsor, the can of cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Where are you on that? This is kind of a hacky radio bit, but like
no, I fucking hate cranberry sauce.
As a Thanksgiving, my kids hate it.
It should not be.
It's fine. I actually like it better can shaped.
So the gelatin?
Yeah, it just comes out of a can and it's like can shaped. I like that better than.
You might as well just open it up.
Some of them they have like the little
the cranberries
twigs in there. Yeah, cranberries, but it's like I don't know what's going on with that. You know what I mean?
I don't like when I have a meal.
Yeah.
I don't like sweet and savory in a dinner. I don't mind sweet and savory in like a breakfast.
Okay.
But when I have like a dinner. It's
you're not a candied yams guy?
No.
Those are the best.
Get the fuck out of here
wow.
with that.
That's like a pie.
When I have my Thanksgiving dinner, I'm like, Give me turnip.
Turnip.
Turnip with mashed potatoes.
You fucking serious? Turnip?
Turnip, baby.
Where did you grow up? At like a prairie somewhere? Like what the fuck is turnip?
Linda is gonna have some. Wow. Linda's got some words for you. Linda's gonna have some words for you. I want some turnip. I want some potatoes, either red or white.
Wow.
I don't really care. I'm not picky.
Yeah.
The meat, I'll take dark, light. Don't care. I know you like. I know you like the dark. I'll take whatever. Also, some green beans. I know the green bean casserole is very popular. I like that as well.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine.
Fine.
Green bean casserole.
And then some gravy.
Yeah, gravy's good.
That's all I want.
Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is my favorite.
After that's the sweet.
Candied yams is amazing. They're incredible. I feel like you haven't had good candied yams. Maybe have you had candied yams?
When you say good, give me a bad one.
Well, it's like a pie.
Is it dessert?
No, it's like a pie that's like with dinner.
Then why not just eat it at dessert?
I don't know. You're like a disappointing fat kid here. I don't know. That's not like you could eat pie anytime.
Well, I feel like I'm looking forward to the dessert.
Okay.
So if I eat dessert first, I'm
It's
just
like the marshmallow test with, you know what I mean? Like, you know the marshmallow test?
Tom, what is happening?
You don't know the marshmallow test?
No, we're hitting an hour and 6 minutes. We're derailing.
They did this with kids, and you say like, hey, this is like a growth mindset, fixed mindset test. Yeah. So you know the like Carol Dweck, the growth mindset, fixed mindset. So you do the, hey, I'll give you one marshmallow now, or if you wait an hour, I'll give you 3. And the kids who take 1 marshmallow are going to be failures in life, and the kids who take the weight and take the 3, those are the winners.
The winners.
Those are the winners. Yeah. Like, so if you waited, delayed gratification, right? Mm-hmm. Then you're a winner.
Oh.
You have a growth mindset. If you took the 1, then you're like a loser. You can't wait. So you're going to be like an addict. You're going to live on the streets.
So don't I have a growth mindset because I waited?
Yeah. That's your, yeah.
But I'm kind of
it's a little showy on Thanksgiving though, to be like, oh, I have a growth mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I weighed like 180 pounds. So I was like, I was just like shameful to eat in front of skinny people because they were like, can't you wait, fatso?
Yeah. You were like, I got to have these turnips before I go milk the cow.
Dude, you don't like turnip?
I don't know that I've ever had a turnip.
So, you know, like you tell people like the family tradition.
Pull out of the ground in Super Mario? Is that, what's a turnip?
Yeah, they are in Super Mario
terrible.
too. You tell somebody like this happens more in like
fell off a turnip truck.
That means you think I'm dumb.
That means you're a fucking idiot.
I know.
You grew up in a farm someplace.
You're making fun of farmers now.
Absolutely.
But you know, like it happens more when you're dating somebody. And like,
podcast.
You know, when like that thing happens and like the Easter Bunny comes and like fucks your mom, you're like, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Like you talk about like a family tradition. You're like, what the fuck? You know, so like I told you about the turnips, and I'm like suddenly like I'm super like flush, and I'm embarrassed. I'm like, do people not mix the turnips with the mashed potatoes?
Yeah, plus the way that you were just like everybody has turnips.
I know.
I
instantly
because I've been to Thanksgivings at other people's houses and they don't have turnips.
By the way, I want you to know.
Yeah.
I instantly recognized my mistake. And I was trying to back out of it, and I realized I just got to own it.
Yeah, that's all right.
I got to own it.
That's fine.
So after that wonderful...
write in, and we'll do like a poll as to whether or not you have turnips.
I feel like having said it out loud and your reaction showed me that my family was the only one who's the Easter Bunny fucked their mom.
Well, there's probably a part of the country where they have a lot of turnips.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so we're going to end on like kind of a lighter note. There's not really a great agenda to this, but in the vein of just kind of telling stories that I sort of forgot about.
Yeah.
This doesn't really have a purpose except that it's kind of amusing.
Okay.
I was out with somebody and we were talking about like places that you lived.
Yeah.
And this person lived in Pennsylvania and Florida and Wisconsin, different places around the country.
Sure.
And finally it was like, where did you live?
Yeah.
And I was like, Massachusetts.
Yeah, different parts of Massachusetts.
And they're like, oh, always Boston? I was like, no, never Boston.
Yeah.
And it was like, where'd you live? And I went, Billerica.
Yeah.
And then it was Framingham.
Yeah.
And then Billerica.
Yeah.
And then Waltham.
Yeah.
And then Belmont.
Yeah.
And then Billerica.
Yeah.
And then I said Dorchester. Oh. And they were like, how'd you get to Dorchester?
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah. And then, so for those who don't know, Dorchester is sort of like the slummy part of Boston. I think it is technically still Boston because Boston's weird. Depending on where you go, you get like Boston police.
Yep.
Except Cambridge. I think Cambridge is Cambridge police. I think.
I'm not familiar.
You know, I'm gonna say that we get corrections again. I don't fucking know. It doesn't. Wherever you go in Boston,
Police as I am anti-farmer. I'm coming out against all of Middle America. Right?
Tom's defund police.
Yeah, I am a big.
You get Boston police almost everywhere. So in Dorchester is past the tunnel. So if you're on 93 going south, you go through the tunnel, which basically for anybody who's north of the tunnel, you may as well ask them to go to fucking Mars. Yeah. No one's going there.
Yeah.
I worked at the Boston Globe for a year, almost exactly a year. And at that point, it was 2010. I just left the radio station. I was living in Belmont, broke as shit. So I had to move back to Billerica. That was part of the story. And I worked at the Boston Globe. It was a great job living in Billerica for many reasons. Was that when you, I started in May, by the way. So that was like right when the school buses and the schools stopped. Okay. So as everybody knows, any commuter at the time, there was a good window of commuting, and it was right around like May to when school gets back in session. Because traffic is really started by like the extra driver, right? That one driver actually starts traffic, right? Because there's a saturation point. So what would happen would be like, you know, the Boston Globe, if you don't know what the Boston Globe is, I can't help you. But it's a newspaper and
liberal rag,
a great newspaper. But it was set up to be. Before the internet, reporters would go there, get the story, go back and write. And if you're snowed in, had to write a long story. It had to have everything there, right? There's a kitchen, there's a bank, there's a barber shop, there's a fitness center, there's everything. Yeah. And I worked on the Boston Globe media, digital media advertising. So what I used to do is leave my parents' house, pathetically, at 5:45 in the morning, and I would drive Route 3, 128, 93, and I'd get there at 6:30. And I'd be like, that's pretty early, but there was a gym, but there was a method behind this, because if you left at 6:30, you wouldn't get there until 8:30, because that's when the traffic starts. So it's kind of a weird time. Yeah. So I had to do this all the time, and during the summer it was fine because still it's light out really early and whatever. Yeah. But as you get towards the winter,
depressing.
It's super depressing. It's super cold and it's whatever.
Right.
So around that time, there was a guy that I worked with, a kid on my team. He was probably like my age. He was Asian. First generation.
Okay, that's a weird disclaimer off the
I know. We're going to get to it. Though. We're going to get to it. I was friends with him, so it wasn't anything weird. Right. So it was around that. But I was like, this commute is killing me, because now keep in mind, I could plan my trip there.
Okay.
I could not plan my trip home. So my trip home would be anywhere between an hour and a half.
Because you don't know when you have to leave.
Yeah.
Work. Yeah.
Or with rain, dude, rain would fuck everything up. That could be 2.5 hours. Crazy. It would be miserable. And he's like, hey, I went to the accent. Hey, because he was, even his first generation, it was weird. But he's like, I live a mile from here. I own a house.
Yeah.
I have an extra room.
Okay.
You can rent it for me, $500. And I'm like, that's the best deal ever.
Crazy.
I will gladly fucking do that.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about this is he was openly gay, and I was openly totally fine with that.
Yeah.
So the weird thing was, he's like, I just want to let you know, my parents live in it's Dorchester. Everything's 2-family houses. Yeah. And we lived in, and when we lived in Belmont, it was a 2-family house, but they're like nice 2-family houses. Sure. We're not talking duplexes. Yeah. It's like nice old, like built in the early 1900s, when like 2-family houses meant like you each get like 2,500 square foot of like concrete, like nice woodwork houses. Yeah. So I was like, I don't give a shit, dude. So I lived in this house, asked no questions. That was a problem for a 25-year-old, 26-year-old. Should always ask questions, by the way. If there's any young people out there, ask questions.
Ask a few more questions.
You probably should ask some questions. Sure. So things, I was just kind of, like I said, none of my friends would ever come visit me. I don't think you ever came visit me. It's in Dorchester.
Yeah.
There's shootings.
Yeah.
I didn't really think about it much because it's a mile from work.
Yeah.
And I was always like, I'll just go hang out at my friends' places. And
you just don't
crash
there.
You
don't
really
think you're going to be.
Basically, I was just like, I just won't be there that much. I will be there if I need to be there.
Yeah.
And what I started to notice right away was, they're an Asian family, they're very close. I'd wake up in the morning, hungover shit, like let's say a Saturday. Yeah. And I'm a young man, probably in pretty good shape at that time. Yeah. I'd come out of the room, hungover.
Makeup on, probably.
Makeup, mascara everywhere. My mascara was everywhere.
Cool jacket.
And this is before my cool jacket.
Pretty cool jacket, yeah.
And I'd come out, gonna puke somewhere, and I go to the bathroom, and I'm in just my underwear, and the door's locked. So I'd run to my roommate's room, and I look in there, and his door's wide open, but he's not there, and his bed's made. I'm like, what? So I run to the driveway, and his car is gone. I'm like, where is he? Who's in the bathroom? I'm knocking on the door, and I hear an Asian woman screaming, and whatever she was screaming, and I'm like, what? But I gotta throw up, so I can throw up in the sink, and she comes out, she's yelling at me. I'm like, what is she doing in this apartment? She lives downstairs. So there's always this like weird tension with like me and the family.
Okay.
But, like, the mom was nice to me, but the dad wasn't. So I'm telling these people this, and they're like,
You didn't have, hang on, you didn't have sex with the mom, did you?
just one. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. Right. But so I'm not asking the right questions.
Right.
I'm just like, it's $500 a month.
Yeah.
So I moved in December of 2010, and by I moved in December 1st, 2010, and by January, I'm like, I gotta get the hell out of here. So the girl I was seeing at the time, she was like, I speak French. Let's go to Quebec City for New Year's. Okay. That's a story in of itself. She didn't speak French very well. We'll tell some stories about that. But we go to Quebec City, and I get back on New Year's Day, and we drove all day, and I get back to the house at like 11 o'clock, and I put my key in the door, and the locks have been changed.
Whoa!
And it's Dorchester at 11 o'clock on New Year's Day. There's snow, ice everywhere. My roommate's not there. He's on some gay cruise. Yeah. And I can't get in touch with him. I got to drive back to my parents' house. His dad had changed the locks. I'm like, what is going on? So guess what I find out when I lived there one full month. Yeah. Guess what I find out when we go to work the next, I think we had New Year's the day after. I think the way that the New Year's fell, I think we had like New Year's Day and the day after off. Because of the way it fell. Guess what I find out? Because I confront him about the weirdness with this family.
Your roommate's like, well, my dad knows that you banged my mom, so he locked the door. You know?
I was like, how did he know that? How did he know that? He's like, okay, I don't own the house. I'm like, what, you don't own the house? He's like, it's their house. I'm like,
oh, he lied to you about owning the house.
He lied to me about owning the house.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, well, that still doesn't explain why his dad hates me.
Yeah.
So I'm at lunch with some coworkers, and they're like, hey, how's it going at so-and-so's house? And they're laughing. And I'm like, and again, I'm telling strangers this story.
Yeah.
And they're not surprised by any of this. But when I'm telling them this, I'm like, why are they not surprised by this?
Yeah.
And my coworkers are, yeah, how's it going at so-and-so's house? You know, his dad oddly hates me. And they're like, because he told him that you were his boyfriend. And I go, he did what? And they're like, yeah, he told them that you were his boyfriend, and his dad is like traditional Asian whatever, and he hates that, and he doesn't like that he's gay, and he fucking hates you as a result of it. I'm like, I confront him with this too. I gotta get out. I move out of the house. So
did he admit it to you?
No. This is never.
Did you confront him about that?
I confront him about it, but no, he never admitted it to me.
What did he say?
Nothing.
Just like stared at you?
So the weird part is this. So I quit the Globe like 4 months later. I have not spoken to this person ever since. I moved back to the Belmont house actually.
Bad breakup.
After the bad breakup. Yeah. So the person I'm telling this story to, right, is like, in hindsight, like, do you see where this could have been a problem? They're laughing. And I thought about it for the first time ever. And I go, yeah, $500 for an apartment with no
But I will say, like at that, like you said, at that age, you don't really know how much stuff costs.
I was 27.
Okay, that's a little okay, but still, like you. I think you're, that's a little older than I thought.
Okay, but let's go through the list. How stupid I was. $500, no utilities added, no utilities plus, right?
Yeah.
Just $500. Why didn't I question that?
Yeah.
2, how did he own a house? We had the same fucking job.
Yeah.
We had the same job, yet he owned a house. But this is where I laugh about it. I go, well, he was Asian, so I don't know what his money stuff is like.
That you gave him? Yeah,
I gave him the Asian benefit of the doubt. So that's where I was like, I don't know, I'm probably racist. I don't really know.
Rich,
and then
good at math.
And then it was like, could you see what the dad would think that you were his boyfriend? I go, I did walk around in my underwear all the time, right? Up in this apartment, I walked around in my underwear all the time. I could definitely see it. And he goes, and then he's laughing. He goes, could you see why this kid might think that you were dating? And I go, I topple over with fucking laughter. And I go, remember I told you he had an accent? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, he would call me baby all the time. And he goes, did you correct him? And I go, no, I didn't want to be racist.
Did he?
So, dude,
wait a second.
Yeah.
Did he do that all the time or only in front of the dad?
I can't remember if he ever called me baby in front of the dad because we never necessarily hung out
But
in
he
front
would
of
call
the
you
dad.
baby all the time. But you think he thought you guys were a couple?
I think I had like
Did you have?
I had hindsight where I would be like,
Do you
if
think
you
don't-
told me
Do you think you blacked out having gay sex?
there was a time I walked funny for a little while. No, I don't know. I thought about this way later and I talked about it with coworkers.
Okay.
And I go, hey, if I told you that I think he put hidden cameras in my room, I don't think he did, but if I said that to you, do you think that's out of the realm of possibility? And do you know what the consensus was?
Yeah.
That's definitely not out of the possibility.
Yeah. No, probably.
Like
that seems.
they thought they literally.
That's a very weird. The saying the thing about the house.
Yeah.
And then the fact that people were telling you that, and he didn't refute that he told the dad that you were his boyfriend is very.
He didn't refute it. He didn't refute it. He just didn't say no.
I don't get that. And maybe this is like a.
He was also very protective of me around that girl that I was dating at the time. And think about who it was.
Oh.
We went out.
He was protective of you.
We all went out. We both went out for dinner, and we
Like you don't like her?
We came back. And he's like, I don't like the way she treats you.
Oh.
A lot of people would say that though.
Yeah, that's true. That wasn't
So that was so just a funny story.
So the thing that I think is kind of interesting is like, and again, this is obviously like I'm not gay and I'm not Asian.
That's what you would. That's what a gay Asian would say. Sure.
Would they?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's tough to hide at this point, but I think the Asian part anyway. But so
By the way, I knew he was gay. I had no problem living with a gay man. I had no
Or an
problem.
Asian, right?
Or an
You knew he was
love
Asian.
it.
Yeah.
Love it.
But I don't understand the motivation. And again, I'm probably just like I'm not able to empathize because I haven't had to like live that way. But I don't understand the motivation.
You mean for $500? Or at your parents' house?
But why does he want the dad to think that A, he has a boyfriend? And no offense, but like,
Did you see me in my underwear back then?
you think it was just because you were
No.
I think like if you're showing up, if I'm an Asian dad who's worried about my kid being gay, right? And is like, so maybe it's a rebellion thing because you're like a loud white guy who wears flashy jackets.
Not back at,
But not at that
them.
time. But
not them.
you would probably had a vibe of somebody who wore a flashy jacket, who would wear.
Yeah, he saw
flashy
the
jackets
writing on the
today.
wall. He's like,
yeah.
no, not in my
That's
house,
like
pal.
okay, so it's like a
Not my house, pal.
rebellion, like to his. It's a rebellion thing, right? It's
Yeah.
like a fuck you, dad.
Yeah.
This is look at this loudmouth asshole I live with, and we're super gay.
Yeah, we're doing the
baby.
He's like, whatever you think gay is. He's like,
That's
triplet,
all in on
triplet.
that.
We're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
we're doing way gayer stuff upstairs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the story I told him, and
I hope that worked out for him. It's kind of it's a little sad.
But the funny thing is about that story, it was like everyone had like, oh, I lived here.
Yeah.
Here. It's like, oh, you only lived in Massachusetts. How boring. It's like that was actually a good story.
Yeah, that was a spicy.
That was a really good story. So I figured I'd share on the podcast because that's what we do. We share. And now, as we go to 1 hour and 23 minutes, this is the longest episode since the Lindsay episode.
Yeah, cut stuff out too.
We got to cut some. Yeah, we did actually. We cut an entire segment. Let's get into Tom with the plugs and the thank yous. Tom, you know what you got to do.
Am I thinking? I'll thank Bernthal.
What are you thanking him for?
I don't know. Like
You can find something.
I'm trying to think. Like, well, he has a Nolan thing coming out. He's very handsome. I feel like I don't know. He's not in the news a lot. I think if he doesn't come on the podcast, like we might have to find a new mascot.
I feel like this.
Yeah.
Whatever happens with Divorce with Friends.
Yeah.
With Don't Catch the Drip.
Yeah.
With 21.
Oh, maybe we could put him in the Netflix show.
Yeah.
He could be like, he could be like an orderly who works at the thing.
He can. I'll tell you what. He can
be great at that.
He can be whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
It has to be the running thing forever, because whatever happens with the 21 Pod Productions, Don't Catch the Drip, Divorce with Friends, whatever our ventures take us,
Sure.
we will meet him one day. And it'll be like, did you know? Just like Superman has been in
you
every
were
episode of
the
Seinfeld.
outro. Yeah.
You were mentioned on every single thing they ever
episode.
did.
Oh, I've tried to do that. Yeah. So okay.
We'll do
So we're keeping you in Bernthal, but we would, like some kind of interaction and try to stay topical if you can. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, is that all you got?
I think so. Yeah. Well, you're gonna thank all the people who did all the stuff, which is good, and we hate Toronto Rob. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna thank my dog's vet for. Well, I would have been more grateful if he found it yesterday, because remember yesterday's appointment was $600, and all that $600 went for nothing.
Or if he was a vet in my Universal Pet Care Society.
True, which would have
paid anything.
if he caught what it was yesterday, I would have saved $600 off the fee of today.
Yeah.
But he's taking care of my baby.
Yeah.
So I want to thank my dog's vet. I would also like to thank Dean Corsi for this absolute fire theme song. And you can find Dean Corsi at Dean Corsi Music on Instagram.com. You can email Tom and I at divorcewithfriends@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at DivorceWFPod, on Instagram at DivorceWithFriends. And as always, Podbean will distribute this podcast, episode 13, to all of your favorite podcast streaming apps. Like, subscribe, smash review. We'll see you soon, Bear.
Bye-bye.